Cormani McClain is going to be playing Wildcat quarterback, giving Florida State the business. I'm 97% sure that Florida State football 2024 is the worst college football team to ever put on a pair of cleats and helmets. They're 1-8. 3 weeks ago, I made a video comparing their wins. 3 weeks ago at 1-5, it was already top 5 worst seasons in Florida State football history. In the history already before ending the game. And they got a chance to tie their awfulness because their worst season was 1-11. But let me just tell you, they lost against a North Carolina team with one of the most lethargic teams, offenses, defenses. They got Mac Brown, who's 77,000 years old. He's older than Joe Biden, and he's coaching for a college football program, and they beat Florida State. I'm sorry, Mike Norvell. I don't know what happened. I don't know who took your soul. I don't know if Jordan Travis took it when his leg completely snapped. Florida State is special to me. The Seminoles were the first team I watched a live college football game at. So when I look at this team and I see that there's talent, and I see that they're on their 17th quarterback and none of their wide receivers can catch, and the offensive play calling is terrible, and everything else is abysmal about this team, I'm confused. No. I'm not a Florida State fan. I'm a Texas fan. I just 1-8. Already historically one of the worst seasons to ever happen ever. Absolutely phenomenal. So what we're going to get into today is we're going to talk about this Carolina game and Florida State game. We're going to talk about, again, where now at 1-8, where does this rank? I believe it's top 3 now, worst seasons of all time. We're going to take a look at that. Also some more stats, figures, and facts for some of the coaches wanting to, go ahead and make some changes because a lot of people are very, very, very upset at their in Tallahassee. So before we get into all the funness with the Wild World, I do want to say something. We do owe DJ. I don't know how to say his name, dog. I'm just not gonna say it. We owe him an apology. As I tried to slyly put over my controller over there while I'm in double XP and Call of Duty. He didn't do nothing to nobody except play terrible football consistently. But let's get to this. Let's get into this game, man. Let's get to this game. First things first. If you enjoy college football content, if you like these situations, please leave a like on this video. Obviously, if you're liking it, dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content. Now, yeah, man. Shout out to Brock Glenn for going out there and slinging it. They had the true freshman in there too. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it? I don't know. They were both out there slinging it. Chroma Howitt throws a beautiful ball. Chroma, whatever. He can also get down with his legs. I like him. I think that before we get into and talk about how historically terrible this season is for Florida State, I think we can talk about the fact that they seemingly have a bright future. I don't know. I don't think Brock Glenn is good at football. I'm sorry. He's going to transfer. But that Luke kid, that true freshman, that dude can spin it. He's got wheels. He's phenomenal. He's doing a lot of high top tier things that I like to see. So shout out to them. But other than that, it was completely abysmal because he did throw 2 interceptions. He only completed 2 passes. He had the same amount of completions as he did interceptions. So that's a new one. That's a new stat. I've never seen that one. That's pretty phenomenal. I'm proud of Florida State for being so terrible that they can do things like that. Think about that. Think about how elite that is. Anyway, and then the funny thing is, shout out Amari Hampton for having 4 touchdowns. Oh, wow. Okay. This is exactly what I want to do. He's been a dog. Already has 1,000 yards on the season, 181 carries, 5.6 average. He's an absolute dog, but that's not what I was talking about. 4 touchdowns on the ground. This is from an offense, a North Carolina offense that is not a top-tier offense, dog. They're mid to ish when it comes to offense. Yards of play 53, points of play 46, yards of play at 28. Because I got to be honest with you, I haven't been watching very, very many North Carolina 4-4 games. Nothing about them is very exciting or exhilarating. I'm not saying that Florida State needed to win the game, but if there was any other game that they could win, looking at their schedule, I don't know if they have another win. I don't know if they could beat Charleston Southern. I got to be honest with you. I got to be real with you. They're going to get stomped by Notre Dame, and obviously they're going to get ran through. Cormani McClain is going to be playing Wildcat quarterback and giving Florida State the business, okay? It's going to be a long day. Let me finish the game recap. I was watching the game. as you do, checking it out. It was going here, there, and everywhere. Every time I looked up, Luke Crummick was either doing something phenomenal or getting body slammed, so that was cool. And then every other time I looked up, Amarian Hampton was in the end zone. 5 total touchdowns against this Florida State Cinnamon defense, which the defense had been playing pretty decent. When you go to look at their defense, although their offense is bottom ranked in almost every single category, we're going to get there because when we talk about the historical bad this is, we can get into this. But again, defense not bad, about mid-tier ranked. And they just couldn't stop a North Carolina offense that was basically pretty mid themselves. It's hard to do it whenever you don't have anything going on the offensive side. So a lot of sadness, and tickets are officially as low as $14. So hey, $125 over here to Florida. So hey, there's still some time to be divine. All right, let's get into the history of why I say that this is already one of the worst seasons of all time. If we can go ahead and sort by losses there, what it's going to show you is their worst, 0-11. So their most amount of losses was in 1973 when they went 0-11. Okay? We get that? Okay, phenomenal. 2024. Oh, they haven't updated it yet. So 2024, the season hasn't ended. All these seasons, remember, all these seasons have ended with 8 losses. This is officially the 3rd worst season in Florida State football history. A history that dates back to 1954. We're witnessing history. This year of Florida State is so bad. By the way, 8-4 first year. Not bad. Anyway, they are the worst. The worst. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to jump out of the ledge. I know you're not going to be able to have another 0-11. You might be able to duplicate the 0-10. Look at this loss percentage as well. Somehow this is not the highest loss percentage. Oh, number three when it comes to their loss percentage. The only lower was the 1-10 team. So these are incomplete seasons. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the worst. Like I said at the beginning, the worst. Because you have to put into context. Can I show y'all something? Can I show y'all? Can I show y'all something? Can I show y'all something? One of the leaders in the NIL movement, Florida State's collective, the Battles In, according to the Pete Nasso's on 3, the Seminoles donor-driven program ranks number 7 in all of college sports when it comes to their NIL rankings. They went undefeated last year and had a plethora of transfers coming into this year. Now, again, nobody can help that DJ Ukulele has cement in his shoes, weighs 250 pounds, and can't throw farther than 5 yards. And hey, sorry about it. That happened. That did happen. Okay? But other than that, you talk about the wealth of riches and resources that Florida State, this historic program, has had and continues to have. Yes, this is the worst season, period, in Florida State football history. Probably one of the worst seasons I've ever seen from a college football program, especially when you take into context the fact that they have so much resources when it comes to NIL. They could have wrote 15 different checks to get somebody in there. And they did, and they're still terrible. Historically terrible season from Florida State. I'm proud of them, again, for breaking records, for breaking history. This is phenomenal. And it seems like a lot of the FSU people have a lot to say about it. First things first, do we owe DJU an apology? No, we don't. He's very bad. Florida State has 1 completion in 30 minutes of football this game, by the way. Say what you want about DJ, but he was never this bad. This is a Norvell problem. I have to, hey, CFB home, notoriously terrible college football takes. I'm not mad at that. And as someone who sat here and looked at, hey, you can't fire Mike Norvell. He's only been here for 4 or 5 weeks. No, sorry, he just signed an extension. He just signed an extension this offseason, I believe, or the season before. Nah, you can't do that. You can't just kick him out. I don't know, man. I think as an athletic director, as president, chairman, whoever leads Florida State when it comes athletically, if they don't get fired too, how do you look at, again, the resources, the boosters, your admissions, dog? Like, let's get real for a second. Let's take a second out of football, how terribly they played in football, because that's, everybody can see that. As I'm beating a dead horse at that point. Admissions, dog. Florida State is a party school. You know what goes along with parties? Football programs, all right? A good football program so y'all can have good parties, okay? And that's going to mess up their ambitions. Not a lot of rocket scientists out there in Tallahassee. I mean, great uniforms too, so you know what I'm saying? So with all these things going in their favor, that's what it makes it not only this season so bad, but it makes me be I don't like being irrational when it comes to head coaches, but you'd be dumb not to fire them. They haven't looked this bad since. Hold up. Let me just put this in perspective. I know we said 1970, but let me just see a different range here, because I'm sure they had some bad years recently, right? Like, let's not just that's conference losses. I apologize. 2018. Look, 2018 is a pretty bad year. 2018 is a pretty bad year. 2021, pretty bad year. Okay, these are two recent. 2019, pretty bad year. 2020, year. They've had some bad years, and I'll give that to them. And this was Mike Norvell growing, right? You have to give him the benefit of the doubt growing. At this point, dog, the wealth of riches, you trusted a DJ. You saw DJ practice. You saw him practice, and you let that out on the field. So I think he needs some sort of reputation. It's absolutely insane that Florida State has been so bad that nobody cares. They're getting blown out 34-11 by 4-4 North Carolina. Florida State will finish ACC play with as many ACC wins, as Cam Ward currently has touchdown receptions. Now, if that isn't one of the greatest things of all time, again, Amari Hampton, 18 carries, 93 yards, 3 tutters. And the question was, is this the worst Florida State program in history? I'm gonna have to say yes. We'll pop in there. We have enough time to read some of those comments, but yeah, man. Look at the state of this, dog. Look at this, man. Oh man. All right, I'll tell y'all a little story. So not right here, but it's one of the end zone. I swear it was this end zone. I think I guess it has to be this end zone. I mean, they probably renovated. It's been literally 10 years since I was here. But either of these end zones back in the day, in my middle school days. So Telvin Smith, he did get arrested for something crazy, so I don't want to bring too much up. But at the time, outside linebacker for the Jaguars, he came out of Lowndes High School. I went to Hay Hiram Middle School when he was, I believe, he was a junior at Florida State. It was Telvin Smith. It was a 2013 year, so it was the national championship run. Kelvin Benjamin, homie number 80. I forgot. I used to know all their names because obviously, you know, it was a big deal. So, yeah, man, we were out there. First time ever seen a live game, man. And basically, because of those connections with the whole, you know, Lowndes and Hay Hiram was in the same county as Lowndes, they hooked us up. The whole middle school team, and like it was 3 middle schools, you know, 3 middle schools feed into one high school. All 3 of those middle schools got Florida State football tickets, which I thought was dope. And when I look back at it now, it's like, oh, okay, that was a really cool, what's it called? Not marketing, well, technically marketing, but a really cool recruiting tactic, right? You know, give some of these youngsters who's probably, I mean, a lot of these guys, it was their first ever live football game, period. It was my first live college football game. And give them that a moment, and that stuck with me. That was awesome. The environment, the atmosphere. They were playing Idaho. I want y'all to know they were playing Idaho. It was jumping, it was bumping, it wasn't too crazy, but to see that and then to see this, like, this is crazy, dog. This is not Rice. This isn't, you know what I'm saying, Tulane. This isn't just some whatever school. Homie has a wait. He has a Travis Hunter jersey on. Wait. Dog. Oh, my God. Just leave a like on this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content. Florida State fans are so terrible that they have Colorado fans in there, man. Y'all be great.